Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to be learning Unit 7, Lesson 12. Come along. It's green time. And for warm-up green today, I am going to say a sentence. And then you guys are going to say the sentence again, but with a different word at the end that rhymes. So, the ship is loaded with ice. Can you say another sentence, but without ice? Use another rhyming word. The ship is loaded with ice. Or the ship is loaded with rice. The ship is loaded with dice. What words can you come up with? We are going to be blending sounds together again today to create words. So the first word is feet. Eat. Eat. Feet. The next word is meat. Eat. Meat. Meat. The next word is read. Read. Push them together. Read. We're blending sounds together to create the word. It's time for our finger play, and we get to learn a new finger play today. It's called This Little Squirrel. Have you guys ever seen squirrels? They run around outside, up trees. They're really cute. Hold up your hand. These are fingers. We're going to pretend are squirrels. This little squirrel said, "Let's run and play." This little squirrel said, "Let's hunt today." This little squirrel said, "Yes, nuts are good." This little squirrel said, "Yes, they're our best food." This little squirrel said, "Come, let's climb up this tree and crack these nuts. 1, 2, 3. Yesterday, we learned a new letter sound. Do you guys remember which letter sound we learned? That's right, Z. And the song for Z goes like this. This is the way the zipper zips, the zipper zips, the zipper zips. This is the way the zipper zips. Z, 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 z. I have 2 picture cards. I have a zebra and zoo. Zebra and zoo both start with the Z sound. What about the word zap? Yeah. What about the word fly? Nah. Or what about the word zip? Can you guys think of any other words that start with the Z sound? In this part of green, you guys are going to need your Pre-Decodable book again, The Cows. Where's the title of the book? Yeah, right here. And what is this part of the book called? The cover. And what is this part of the book called? The back. And do you remember what the side of the book is called? The spine. Today, you guys get to reread the book to one of your family members or to yourself. And when you're done, you can color the pages in this book.
Hey friends, I'm Robin Ulibarri, and over here is my daughter, Faye Ulibarri.
What? I think you've got that backwards. Well, hey friends, it's awesome to see you. We just can't stop thinking about squirrels around here for some reason. We thought we could dance about squirrels today, and my friend Red Yarn has the perfect squirrel song called Hop Little Squirrel. It's so much fun to dance to, and Red Yarn says hi and sends his love. So find a good spot, let's have some fun.
Hop little squirrel, I love, hop little squirrel, I love, hop little squirrel, I love, hop little squirrel, I love. Well, one day, a little squirrel named Shiloh was going along, and he was feeling very hungry. So where's he going to go to find his acorns? Up a tree, a tall oak tree. So he starts to climb, everybody climb. Here we go, climb, 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 little squirrel, I love, climb, little squirrel, I love, climb, little squirrel, I finds a big acorn and starts to munch on it. A munch, a munch, a munch, a munch, a munch that squirrel. I love, 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 He's munching on an acorn when who should come along but a big old dog. And the dog starts barking like this. The child gets very scared and he starts to run away. On your mark, he said, go! Run, little squirrel. I love, run, little squirrel. I love, run, little squirrel. I love, run, little squirrel. Keep on running. Well, he's running and running, and he gets to a great big creek rushing by like this. Shh. He thinks, how am I gonna get over that creek? I guess I better jump. So on the count of 3, everybody jump. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, jump, little squirrel. I love, 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 and he's flying through the air like this. But he doesn't quite make it over, and he falls in the water. And with a great splash, little squirrel. I love, splash, little squirrel. I love, splash, little squirrel. I love, splash, little squirrel. I love. Now he's underwater. How's he gonna get out? He's gotta swim, swim, little squirrel. I love, swim, little squirrel. I love, swim, little squirrel. I love, swim, little squirrel. I love. Well, he swims to the other side, and he pulls himself out, and he's dripping wet, but he doesn't have a towel or anything to dry off with, so he starts to shake. Here we go, shake, a shake, a shake, a shake, a shake, little squirrel. I love, shake, little squirrel. I love, shake, little squirrel. I love, shake, little squirrel. I love. He's shaking and shaking, and all the other critters see him shaking, but they think he's dancing. They think he's starting a dance party. So on the count of 4, we're gonna have a dance party. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. Keep on dancing now, dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. I love, dance, little squirrel. I love. Oh, they're having so much fun dancing, they don't even notice that the sun goes down. But they all get kind of sleepy, so they all lay down, and they all start falling deep asleep. Sleep, little squirrel. I love, sleep, little squirrel. I love, sleep, little squirrel. I love, sleep, little squirrel. I love.
That was fun, wasn't it? Bye, take care, and bye from Red Yarn too. Take care, bye.
It's red time, and red time is story time. Yesterday we talked about how I was going to read a story today that didn't have any pictures called Jonny and the 3 Goats. I'm going to read it, and you guys get to use your imaginations as I read. Jonny and the 3 Goats. What do you think this is going to be about? What kind of animal? Yeah, goats, and how many? 3. Do you think Jonny is a goat, or do you think Jonny is a human? Let's read and find out. Every morning, Jonny drove his 3 goats to the pasture, and every evening when the sun was going to bed, he brought them home. One morning, he set off early, driving goats before him and whistling as he trudged along. Just as he reached Mr. Smith's turnip field, what should he see but a broken board in the fence? The goats saw it too, and in they skipped and began running around and round, stopping now and then to nip off the tops of the tender young turnips. Picking up a stick, Jonny climbed through the fence and tried to drive the goats off, but never were there such provoking goats. Jonny ran and ran and ran till he could run no farther, and then he crawled through the hole in the fence and sat down beside the road and began to cry. Just then, who should come down the road but Fox. "Good morning, Jonny," he said. "What are you crying about?" I'm crying because I can't get the goats out of the turnip field, said Jonny. Oh, don't cry about that, said Fox. I'll drive them out for you. So over the fence leaped Fox, and round the turnip field he ran after the goats. But no, they would not go out. The fox ran till he could run no more. Then he went over and sat down beside Jonny and began to cry. Down the road came Rabbit. Good morning, Fox, he said. What are you crying about? I'm crying because Jonny is crying, said Fox, and Jonny is crying because he can't get his goats out of the turnip field. Tut, tut, said Rabbit. What a thing to cry about. Watch me. I'll soon drive them out. Then the rabbit hopped over the fence. Round and round the field he chased the goats, but they would not go near the hole in the fence. At last the rabbit was so tired he could not hop another hop. He too crawled through the fence and sat down beside the fox and began to cry. Just then a bee came buzzing along over the tops of the flowers. When she saw the rabbit, she said, Good morning, Bunny. What are you crying about? I'm crying because Fox is crying, she said. And the fox is crying because Jonny is crying, and Jonny is crying because he can't get the goats out of the turnip field. Don't cry about that, said the bee. I'll soon get them out for you. You? Said the rabbit. A little thing like you can drive goats out when neither Jonny nor the fox nor I could get them out? He laughed at the very idea of such a thing. Watch me, said the bee. Over the fence she flew, and buzz, she went right in the ear of the biggest goat. The goat shook his head and tried to brush off the bee, but the bee only flew to the other ear, and buzz she went, until the goat thought there must be some dreadful thing in the turnip field. So out through the hole in the fence he went and ran down the road to his pasture. The bee flew over to the second and third goats, and buzz, she went first in one ear and then in the other, until they were willing to follow the first through the fence and down the road to the pasture. Thank you, little bee, said Jonny, and wiping away his tears, he hurried down the road to put the goats in the pasture. What was your favorite part of this folktale? What is Jonny's problem? Why was he crying? Yeah, the goats would not get out of the turnip field. Do you guys know what turnips are? They're flowers. And which animal helped Jonny finally solve his problem? Yeah, that bee. She buzzed in both of the ears until the goats left. Blue time, which means it's almost time to say goodbye. But first, I'm going to give you guys some homework. During red, we read Jonny and the Three Goats. And in the story, the goats went into the turnip field through a broken board in the fence, and they would not leave. And then the fox comes along and chases them around to try to get them out of the turnip field. Today, you guys get to draw a picture of the fox running after the goats in the turnip field. And when you're finished, tell your parents about your picture and have them write what your picture is about. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow.